Alrighty, everybody. Welcome into This Is Time Domain, and we're working through a new book again today. Today we're reading through Zephaniah, and it's 3 chapters again, so we'll just finish this out in this session. And then I think tomorrow, tomorrow we're on a short book too. So most of these books are short except for Zechariah. Zechariah and Malachi are the last 2 books of of the Old Testament. So, alright. Zephaniah, chapter 1. The word of the Lord came to Zephaniah, son of Cushai, the son of Gilead, the son of Amri, the son of Azakai, during the reign of Josiah of Ammon, king of Judah, judgment on her whole earth in the day of the Lord. I will sweep away everything from the face of the earth, declares the Lord. I will sweep away both men and beast. I will sweep away the birds in the sky and the fish in the sea, and the idols that cause the wicked to stumble, when I destroy all mankind on the face of the earth, declares the Lord. I will stretch out my hand against Judah and against all who live in Jerusalem. I will destroy the remnant of Baal, worship in this place the very names of idolatrous priests, those who bow down on the roofs to worship the starry host, those who bow down and swear by the Lord, and who also swear by Moloch, those who turn back from following the Lord, and neither seek the Lord nor inquiry of him, be silent before the sovereign Lord, for the day of the Lord is near. The Lord has prepared a sacrifice. He has consecrated those he has invited. On that day of the Lord's sacrifice, I will punish the officials and the king's son, and all those who clad in foreign clothes. On that day I will punish all who avoid stepping on the threshold, who fill the temple of their gods with violence and deceit. On that day, declares the Lord, a cry will go up from the fish gate, wailing from the new quarter, and a loud crash from the hills. Wail, you who live in the market district. All your merchants will be wiped out. All who trade with silver will be destroyed. At that time I will search Jerusalem with lamps, and punish those who are complacent, who are like wine left on the dregs, who think the Lord will do nothing, either good or bad. Their wealth will be punished, their houses demolished. Though they build houses, they will not live in them. Though they plant vineyards, they will not drink the wine. The great day of the Lord is near and coming quickly. The cry on the day of the Lord is bitter. The mighty warrior shouts his battle cry. The day will be a day of wrath, a day of distress and anguish, a day of trouble and ruin, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and blackness, a day of trumpets and battle cry, against the fortified cities and against the cornerstone towers. I will bring such distress on all people that they will grope about like those who are blind, because they have sinned against the Lord. Their blood will be poured out like dust, and their entrails will be like dung. Neither their silver nor their gold will be able to save them. On the day of the Lord's wrath, in the fire of his jealousy, the whole earth will be consumed. For he will make a sudden end of all who live on the earth. So the Lord's really, really mad at this nation. You can tell. There's something very powerful about the Lord saying, I will stretch out my hand. And when he says that, there's something very, very powerful about that phrase. And I don't know what it is, but it sounds like he's just ready to like take his whole hand and go like this with it, smash everything with it, because he's so big. Um, but yeah, that's what the main story is. That's what this is mainly about. He's going to um, he's going to reset the world, is what he's saying here too, Zephaniah. Um, do I know when this? Do I know? Do we understand when these are going to take place? You know, there's a lot of predictions in the Bible that are supposed to take place. We have yet to know when they're going to take place, but um, you know, just remain with the Lord if you're, if a lot of people don't believe me when I say this, but I strongly believe there is truth to this Bible, and I strongly believe in the second coming of Christ and all that. I do believe it's going to happen at some point. As for if it's a human being, if it's whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but I know at some point Jesus Christ is going to return. There's a theory I thought where if you take all the nations, the only one read about that, Jesus Christ was born in Palestine. All right. So the only thing I can think of, and this is one thing, this is a theory I thought of because of everything being a nation, but Jesus Christ is Palestine, and Palestine is overruling, is fighting against Israel right now. So, I mean, that could be it, but it could be something else. But it's just wild to see how like everything is predicted in nation form. So let's get into chapter 2. Judah and Jerusalem. Oh, by the way, I apologize. I had to cut off there because of somebody walking out of here, and I didn't want, you know, a lot of people get weird when you're reading the Bible around them. He went right past me. Fortunately, that's for the best. Some people, they like to come out and interrupt. So I apologize for the cutoff. There's going to be cutoffs during this. You'll see them quite frequently. Not this one, but like throughout my videos. If I'm outside, if I'm inside, it's different. So. All right, Judah and Jerusalem judge along with nations. Judah summoned to repent. Chapter 2. Gather together, gather yourselves together, you shameful nations, before the decree takes effect, and that day passes like wind-blown chaff, before the Lord's fierce anger comes up upon you, before the day of the Lord's wrath comes up upon you. Seek the Lord, all you humble of the land, you who do what he commands. Seek righteousness, seek humility. Perhaps you will be sheltered on the day of the Lord's anger. So he's telling everybody just repent, follow him, stay with him, and he will protect you. So Philistine, Gaza will be abandoned, and Ashkelon will left in ruins. At midday, Ashdod will be emptied, and Ekron uprooted. Woe to you who live by the sea, Kirath, you Kirath people. The word of the Lord is against you, Canaan, land of Philistine. He says, I will destroy you, and none will be left. The land by the sea will become pasture, having wells of shepherds, and pens of flocks. The land will belong to the remnant of the people of Judah. They will find pasture. In the evening they will lie down. In the houses of Asherah, the Lord their God will care for them. He will restore the fortunes. Moab and Ammon. I have heard the insult of Moab, and the taunt of the Ammonites, who insulted my people, and made threats against their land. Therefore, as surely as I live, declares the Almighty Lord, the God of Israel, surely Moab will become like Sodom, and Ammonites like Gomorrah, a place of weeds and pits, salt pits, a wasteland forever. The remnant of my people will plunder them. Survivors of the nation will inherit their land. This is what they get in return for their pride, for insulting and mocking the people of the Lord Almighty. So, right there, the Lord doesn't want you insulting his people. It's like scoffing and picking on everything that the Lord does for us. So, he doesn't want you insulting his people. The Lord will be awesome to them when they destroy all their gods of the earth. Destined nations will bow down to him, all of them in their own lands. Cush, you Cushites, too, be slain by my sword. Assyria, he will stretch out his hand against the north, and destroy Assyria, leaving Nineveh utterly desolate, and dry as a desert. Flocks and herds will lie down there, creatures of every kind, the desert owl and the screech owl, the roosts on her columns, their hooting will echo through the windows. Rubble will fill their doorways, the beams of cedar will be exposed. This is the city of revelry. They lived in safety. She said to herself, I am the one, and there is none besides me. What ruin has she become? A liar for a wild beast. All who pass by her scoff and shake their fists. Jerusalem. All right, so we're on chapter 3. So a lot there. There's a lot there. Okay, he's one, he's saying don't pick on people that follow the Lord, because they're not doing anything wrong to you. So why are you and taking in your pride and all that. This is like he's basically saying he's getting tired of pride and he's going to start attacking pride if people get made fun of for believing in him, get picked on and scoffed at. So, um, but the rest of that, as you can see, he's sick of this place. And this could be a prediction of what's going on right now because we see a lot of stuff going on right now where we're seeing a lot of backlash against communities and people right now. And really, really should have had a backlash all from the beginning because, we all fell into this idea that it was okay to accept certain individuals because of like their sexualities and, you know, idolizing of skin and stuff like that. And I hate to say it to you, but we shouldn't be doing that. That's what makes me different from others. I don't fall into that general space that everybody else does. That's why you see me become. That's why I'm probably one of the most rebellious people know, because I don't accept what I know is is. I don't accept what is accepted in society. I follow and march to the own beat of my drum, and you will see that I do not accept certain things. You see me get very, very frustrated and mad at certain individuals, certain groups, certain types of things because I just don't agree with it. So, all right. Jerusalem, chapter 3. Woe to the city of oppressed, rebellious, and defiled. She obeys no one. She accepts no correction. She does not trust in the Lord. She does not draw near to her God. Her officials within her are roaring lions. Her rulers are evening wolves, who leave nothing for the morning. Her prophets are unprincipled. They are a treacherous people. Her priests profane and sanctuary, and do violence to the law. The Lord within her is righteous. He does no wrong. Morning by morning he dispenses his justice, and every new day he does not fail. Yet the unrighteous know no shame. Their cities are laid waste, they are deserted and empty. Of Jerusalem I thought, surely you will fear me, and accept correction. Then her place of refuge would not be destroyed, nor all my punishment come upon her. But they were still anger. But they were still eager to act corruptly in all they did. Therefore wait for me, declares the Lord. For the day I will stand up to testify. I have decided to assemble the nations, to gather the kingdoms, and to pour out my wrath on them. All my fierce anger, the whole world will be consumed by the fire of my jealous anger. All right, so he's very furious with everything. I'm sure this is taking place right now, and we don't even realize it. So, the restoration of Israel's remnant. Then I will purify the lips of the peoples, that all of them may call on the name of the Lord, and serve him shoulder to shoulder. From beyond the rivers of Cush, my worshippers will scatter, my people will bring me offerings. On that day Jerusalem will not be put to shame for all the wrongs you have done to me, because I will remove you from you, your arrogant boasters. Never again will you be haughty on my holy hill, but I will leave you within you the meek and humble. The remnant of Israel will trust in the name of the Lord. They will do no wrong. They will tell no lies. A deceitful tongue will not be found in their mouths. They will eat and lie down, and no one will make them afraid. Sing, daughter Zion. Shout aloud, Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all your heart. Daughter Jerusalem, the Lord has taken away your punishment. He has turned back your enemy. The Lord, the King of Israel, is with you. Never again will you fear any harm. On that day, they will say to Jerusalem, do not fear Zion. Do not let your hand go limp. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but rejoice over you with singing. I will remove from you all who mourn over the loss of your appointed festivals, which is a burden and reproach for you. At that time, I will deal with all who oppressed you. I will rescue the lame. I will gather the exiles. I will give them praise and honor. In every land where they have suffered shame, at that time I will gather you. At that time I will bring you home. I will give you honor and praise. Among all the people of earth, I will restore your fortunes before your very eyes, says the Lord. So, in the end, he's going to restore Israel and everything that's going on there. So, if you haven't noticed, Israel's going through some stuff right now. So, I think that's a prediction of what's going on. So, we go into Haggai next, and then we're into Zechariah, and then Zechariah's 14 chapters, and Matthew. So, and then, wait a second, something's, oh, Malachi, yeah. So, this is what's left to the New Testament. So, I'm excited to get into the New Testament because this is the one about Jesus Christ and everything Jesus Christ went through. So, yeah. So, we're at the end of, we're on to Haggai next. So, right now, like everything that's going on in the world is a connection back to this. We're actually, I think we're in the prediction of what's going on in the Old Testament. So very, very soon we'll see I mean, if it goes, we could already see the resurrection of Jesus Christ. We might not, I don't know. A lot of people get things confused in the Bible, and I just let them play out. And if somebody explains to me what's going on, it'll really, really set with me, and I'll make a connection back to real life. There's so many connections within the Bible. If you let them set along real life, you can see exactly the real meaning of them, you know. And you know, in the beginning, like after God put the flood onto the earth, he said he wasn't going to wipe us all out. So he's not planning on destroying the earth, if that's what you think. He's planning on restoring things to their natural peace as they are long before all this started happening. Because in Revelations, we'll get to that later on. But that's a very, very like that's a book that's, you know, very, very interesting. One of my favorite books actually, because it has a lot of things in there that remind me of like watching a show on like an anime or something like that. So that's why I really, really like it. But with that said, guys, that's it for me. I'll be seeing you next time. And until then, God bless you. Have a wonderful 4th of July. I think it's the third day right now of July. Tomorrow's the 4th. Yep, tomorrow is the 4th. So you'll be seeing me make a video towards the evening. And with that said, everybody, have a blessed day.